Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to finally take a look at the Walmart exclusive G.I. Joe classified retro Snake Eyes, and that's right, we've been waiting for this one. People have been waiting for this one. Other people around the world have gotten this because he's a real American hero, but it doesn't really matter because America gets them last. And don't worry, if you were wondering, you do get the full and complete Walmart experience of a retro card in a bubble mailer. That's right, guys. This comes fully already articulated, showing you how cardboard bends in bubble mailers, how you can beat up the ends, but still have a figure that stays on there and looks halfway decent. I mean, not if you want to hang it on your wall, but thank God I'm an opener. That's all I have to say. I can only imagine that my Crimson Guard is going to come in just as wonderful job. But hey, you know what? Believe me, Walmart had to say, hey, hold my drink. Since Hasbro Pulse crammed their Storm Shadow and Zartan into a box that was too small, they said, hey, you know what? Try it with a bubble mailer. All right, enough of that. I think I've been sarcastic enough. Let's get to the figure. All right, so this figure is a completely different molded Snake Eyes. I know we've heard that before, but what we are going to do is we're going to take him, we're going to compare him to the Buck of Stalker, and we're going to compare him to the Commando Snake Eyes here, and then we're going to compare him to the O-Ring. Now, let me first start and say that, yes, I made a mistake on my Scrap Iron video saying that I thought Scrap Iron used the same Buck as Stalker. I apologize. I was wrong. Again, the way I do my reviews is I'm opening this stuff up and I'm doing the first-hand review. So sometimes I'm going to be wrong about some things. I just want to get that out because numerous people had to point it out to me. I was wrong. Anyway, so here we go. Looking at it, they give you a very similar picture of what you had before. This huge, obnoxious card. It's on awful cardstock. There's no white border. So much taken away. And again, you see all of his weapons, and they're just kind of scattered across it. On the back, you have cross-sell, big giant file card of 5 languages that no one likes. And I mean it. No one likes them. I think people would rather not even have them. I know I'm not cutting it out. I'm not even going to waste my time. I'm just pulling this thing off. I don't even care. But you do have Snake Eyes there. The cross-sell should have been all the figures that are carded, including the Cobra Commander Mickey Mouse that comes with the HasLab. So anyway, let's not waste any more time. Let's open this up. Let's actually see how this figure looks and see if it gives you the same feel that you had in 1982 when you got the actual Commando Snake Eyes. So, but before we do, if you like the content, take a second, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I do drop a G.I. Joe video. And God knows I do drop a lot of them. Not to mention, I got a Crimson Guard that's supposed to be coming soon. Within a day or two. Let's look. Alright, so I got him out. And as you can see right here, it peeled right off. I didn't have to do anything. And I mean, it literally just peeled it up. So you better believe that you're going to see a bunch of old Snake Eyes or other figures and Swap the Fig as they tape those things back up. And people return them because people are scumbags. Alright, so here you have his stand. It is the G.I. Joe stand. It has 2 pegs. It doesn't take up much space. It is pretty thin. That's fine, but again, I don't like stands. Here we have is what I always thought of as his Dynamite, which is the same thing that we have right here. Now, I'm glad that they did this. So, we'll quickly take a look at it, except that I dropped it. Oh, my goodness. Alright, so quickly take a look at it. They made it look more like pouches than the original, but you can see how it buttons over. And then it has the top pieces. Again, really cool. I'm glad to have this. This was like the one thing that it needed to have this figure be the Commando. And I love how they did this here. I mean, that is some nice detail that I absolutely love. So it looks like he can actually adjust it to where he wants it to be. And then you have the inside, unlike that which wasn't done. Again, not that big of a deal back then. No one really cared. snake eyes right there. He does come with his Uzi that we've seen numerous times. It looks extremely nice. This came with the OO snake eyes, and then the, I don't know, a whole bunch of snake eyes it came with. If you want it, you probably have it. Here we have his pistol. This is the pistol that came with Stalker over there with the extended magazine. It is kind of soft, but not that bad. I do like the way that it looks. It's pretty cool. I'm sure it's not exactly what they have out there in the real world, but it's enough to work. And here we have his suppressor. It is a different style suppressor. It does have the port for it, along with this just plugs in, where the Uzi does not have a port, but Valiverse does make a weapon or a blast effect that can pop right onto that and all types of weapons like this. He comes with his knife, and if you look, the handle is green. So the blade is black, the handle is green, and it has some really nice texture to it. Matter of fact, the hole right there looks like that is actually black, so that actually takes some talent for them to paint it properly, and I like that. Then you have his little smoke grenades, and here it pretty much tells you exactly what it is. So the fact that they're able to put some paint apps on this means that we shouldn't have any issues getting paint apps done properly, which they seem to be dropping the ball at times. All right, so let's quickly take a look at the figure. We can pop them up here. We'll bring Stalker over, and just like the original G.I. Joe figures, they pretty much did a complete reuse. Now I understand that Snake Eyes here, he has different style boots. All right, so but the bucks are the exact same. It does look way different without the camouflage, but this is what they did back in the 80s to try and save some money. They just kit bashed a figure and gave him a new head sculpt. So knife is going to be there. Holster on the side is the same. The overlay is the same. So all in all, it is the same buck, same boots and everything as Stalker, and this one I am sure of, unlike the Scrap Iron, which obviously I made a mistake. All right, so quickly, here's a T-pose, bicep swivel, double elbows, no problems at all. Wrist swivel back and forth. It's got the ab crunch, which can be used extremely easily because of this overlay, which I do like. It does not obstruct anything. It tends to bunch up a little bit, but again, it's an action figure. Neck moves up and down, side to side, and it is on the neck and the head peg. So you actually have like two different poses that you can use. You got the Jean-Claude Van Damme. You got the drop-down hips, which is something I have never been a fan of, but I understand. They do move forward. Someone had mentioned that they really don't ever see me do this, and it's just something I don't think about. So they do move forward. So if you want to get them in a sitting position, if you want to get them in a kneeling position, it's really easy to do. As you can see, the knees, this figure actually feels really good. Ooh, although that is not right. So I don't think he feels gummy at all. Nice and smooth, actually. But this here, that is not good. Maybe it just popped out when I opened them. Nope, it's actually pulling apart. Look at that. Came right off, so not that big of a deal. I don't, to me, that's not a deal breaker. Unlike CoverGirl's arm that was right off. That is if you pull it, it's going to pop off. Now, here I have to put a little bit of force on it, but for the most part, it stays on. Then you have your ankle rocker. It does have a thigh swivel. All right, so let's quickly take a look at it compared to the O-ring Snake Eyes. Hope you guys can see this pretty well. Move the light a little bit. All right, so he has a different type of grenade. I know some people complained about not having a more up-to-date grenade, not having a pineapple grenade. Again, didn't bother me. Here he has a knife. They gave him the knife here. Again, all of this is the same as Stalker came with. So, knife is not removable, nor is the grenade. It does have a little pouch up top. You can even see how they put padding up top there. The same with up on top there. And now as for the mask, you have the little slits for the vents. And same with this one. And with the stand. And the goggles here, you can see they don't wrap all the way around, and neither do they in this one. He does have a little bit of texture right there, which is a little bit different. So he's not exactly the same. And you do have the sweatshirt vibe right here, which you also have right here. This is what really made me think that it was the same body as Scrap Iron, because Scrap Iron has the same type of cuff. So there you go. He doesn't have any type of knife or anything. So again, they tried to make another Commando Snake Eyes, but didn't make him exactly like it. And I'm fine with that. I'm not saying I want another damn Snake Eyes. So the difference here between these two Snake Eyes, and I was perfectly fine with this Commando Snake Eyes, is they gave him a completely different head sculpt. So he still has the vents on this. This one here, I feel more like it's a, it feels more like one of the face masks they wear when they do paintball, and the strap goes all the way around. So this is more of a modernized Commando, and obviously he has a different vest. His body is completely different. This is the old beachhead body. Actually, this body's been used for so many things, so let's not just be beachhead. So many different things. Legs are completely different. The boots are never going to be right, because he really doesn't wear boots in the O-ring version. But all in all, you don't have to have this. It's a little bit closer to the original, but I don't know. Do we really need it? Probably not. But at least they tried to give us something different. Kind of snake eyed out. Not going to lie. So, oh, and the one thing that you can tell, well, if you look closely, the grenades there, along with the knife and everything, is green. So there are very, very dark green accents to this, which I like, that he's just not all black, but it's very dark. Same with like the 00 Snake Eyes. You'll notice that some things aren't black. They're a real dark gray. So if we load him up here, knife just fits nicely in the sheath there. There you have the pistol. Goes right down there. Suppressor. Kind of like this suppressor. It's just something different than just having a regular round one. Unfortunately, there's really nowhere to put these. Although, they left a little gap here, so you can open them. But I have a whole bunch of little grenades right here. Here's like a smoke bomb right here. And then I got little pineapple grenades. These are all 3D printed by a buddy of mine. So they're about the same size. Anyway. In 20 years, that's what will be worth money on eBay. Just know that. So we can throw this over. Throw the Uzi on him. And now you have another version of issue 22, the Silent Interlude Snake Eyes, if you want. I love to pose them for you, but let's be honest, we all know how these things pose. Now I'm going to do some pictures and have some fun with them, and then finish up this video. But all in all, it's not a bad figure. if you didn't pick up this one because you didn't want to spend the extra money, pick up this one for 25 bucks if you can find them. I'm sure you will be able to eventually. Walmart will probably have them all over. And if you're like, hey, you know what? I have this one. Do I really need this one? The answer is no, you don't. You have this one. I think they're perfectly fine. They both look really good. If you want to do customizing, they're perfect customizing fodder. So, all right, that's it. Let's wrap it up. All right, so there you have it. That is the Walmart exclusive retro snake eyes. Again, I will not call this classified because it does not say classified on it. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. It's not numbered. It doesn't say classified. It's just a retro 6-inch. Same with the Star Wars credit collection. I don't know if it's actually part of the Black series. Either way, it does fit with them because it is obviously the same size. Has a nice looking figure. But again, if you already have Commando with Timber, I don't know if you really need to run out and get this one, especially considering the one with Timber comes with Timber, and also comes with a bunch of other weapons that are useful. I mean, they're useful, including his Uzi. So, I didn't notice. Probably should have done this one in 4K, but even his knuckles have like this dark green. So I do like that they were able to put little hints. You know, all the buckles tend to be this really dark forest green. Again, really hard to see. But all in all, there are some little just subtleties that you don't notice, but it does keep him from being completely black. Now, if you're like, I want this figure, then you're going to have to get this one. That's going to be the closest one. All right? If that's what you've been waiting for, this is the figure for you. So all in all, I guess when I think about the figure, it seems pretty good. The boot I can pull off, but it's on there pretty tight. It just looks like it kind of moved off. He doesn't feel gummy. He seems fairly tight, so I like that. I definitely like the Uzi. This is how the weapon should be made. They're not too hard, and they're not soft and gummy. I do love having the explosives pack. I do believe it's explosives pack. I like having the knife. Just the little subtle green. It does just add a little bit to it. I like the pistol. But again, is this something that you have to have? I'm not so sure. The Uzi doesn't always fit properly because this hand here swivels back and forth this way. This one is meant to go up and down. That's why everyone said the classified figures are almost all left-handed. But the head sculpt does, again, look closer. They did change the neck so he can look down further, which that's good. Then you have your ab crunch. So you can kind of have him in a shooting pose, going back, sliding down something. I actually kind of like that. I think I have to figure out something like that. Because I have like 84 snake eyes. Like, honestly, I have so many fucking snake eyes. I don't even know what to do with all the damn snake eyes. I got this one and that one, and then I got that one up there, and then I got another one like that, and then I got the OO one, and then I got a second one like that, I think, and I don't know, I just got a lot of snake eyes. We all got a lot of snake eyes, especially if we buy them one. And then if you buy an extra one because you're just an idiot. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Or else I'm just going to continue to ramble on. I'm going to do some pictures of them. Going to have some fun with them. And then get ready for Punk Sign Film. That's why you're going to see me wearing the same shirt, because I'm not going to change. Why am I rambling on? I don't know. Why are you still here? I don't know. Glad you are. This is me just talking to myself. It has been a long week. I still got one more day to go. It's been a long month. Good 4 days. Why am I going on? I don't know. You guys don't care. All right. So anyway, if you are on social media and you're on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, sit there, hit that like button. Follow me over there. Punk with Toys Facebook group page, Punks with Toys, because once you join, you're a punk with toys, and God knows we have a lot of toys. And last but not least, as I mentioned before, take a second, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I always hit the like button for all the content creators that you like. Hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I do drop a G.I. Joe video. And again, There are a lot, because that's my bread and butter. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't ever eat bread and butter, do you? Okay, but anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Don't go anywhere, because if you like this video, God bless you if you do. Look up here. I'm going to put another Snake Eyes video, because I have lots of Snake Eyes. And then here's all the classified. We got a whole playlist of them.